Welcome back to Top Tier Trivia. Get ready for another fantastic voyage as we investigate the origins of the infamous Florida Man. Now, you might be wondering, who is this Florida Man and why is he so notorious? Well, Florida Man is not one man, but a collective term for the bizarre, outrageous, and often hilarious news stories that seem to originate uniquely from the sunny state of Florida. It all began in the early 2000s, when media outlets started to notice a trend of strange news headlines, all beginning with Florida Man or Florida Woman. But why Florida, you ask? The answer lies in Florida's open records laws, which are among the most transparent in the United States. This means journalists and ordinary citizens alike have easy access to police arrest records, which often contain the kind of colorful details you'd expect in a Florida Man story. But it's not just the laws. Florida's unique culture and environment also play a part. With its year-round warm weather, diverse population, and a certain laissez-faire attitude, the state is a melting pot of eccentricities, which often lead to the unusual situations that Florida Man finds himself in. Comparatively, other states have their share of odd news, but none seem to generate the same volume or variety of peculiar incidents as Florida. For instance, Ohio Man or California Woman just don't have the same ring or reputation, do they? We're going to be looking at some of the craziest Florida Man events in recent history. But stick around, because you're never going to believe what the state has cooked up to honor the audacious Florida Man himself. Now let's take a journey through some of the most absurd Florida Man incidents. First stop on our tour of the bizarre, we have the guy who decided that he wanted to give the drive-thru workers at a Florida Wendy's something in addition to money. As the worker handed him his drink, this Florida Man decided to toss a 3.5-foot alligator into their drive-thru window. He claimed to have found it on the side of the road. Guess he decided gator nuggets would be too much work. What can you say was the nicest thing you ever did for fast food workers? Next up, we have an incident that happened while a Sarasota Open tennis match was taking place. That's right, folks, this was a televised sports broadcast. Initially, the broadcaster thought he heard a very loud adult video playing from someone's phone, but that wasn't the case. It was a very enthusiastic and loud couple doing the horizontal tango from across the lake of the pro tennis tournament. One of the players even paused to yell, "It can't be that good, don't be jealous," if someone is having a better night than you are. Our third tale of Florida oddity involves a very agile 40-year-old man who was detained for blocking traffic at a busy gas station. He somehow wiggled out of the hands of the law and decided to cartwheel away from officers. Although he didn't get very far, you've got to hand it to him. How many people in their 40s can still do cartwheels? The fourth incident involves another Florida man's innovative attempt to evade the police. Let's call him John Doe. Law enforcement was already searching for him as he was hiding at home. He decided to put up a whiteboard in front of his house that read, "John Doe doesn't live here. Spoiler alert, the police didn't buy it." Finally, we have a Florida man who, after leaving the scene of a car accident on Christmas Eve, decided to make dirt angels while he was hiding from police at a construction site. Can you really blame him for getting into the Christmas spirit? These stories may sound too absurd to be true, but that's the magic of the Florida Man. In the Sunshine State, the unbelievable becomes the everyday. It's a place where the line between reality and the ridiculous is as blurred as the horizon on a sweltering summer's day. And you thought you've seen it all, but wait, there's more. If you thought these stories were just good for a laugh, think again. They're now inspiring a whole new event, the Florida Man Games. Imagine this, folks, a celebration of all things Florida Man in the form of a quirky, sun-soaked spectacle like no other. These games are a testament to the adventurous spirit of the Sunshine State, inviting brave souls to embrace their inner Florida Man or Florida Woman and compete in a series of amusingly bizarre challenges. First up, we have the Mullet Contest. A nod to Florida's unique sense of style, this event is all about who can sport the business in the front, party in the back hairstyle with the most panache. It's not just about length or volume, folks, it's about attitude, personality, and the ability to wear this iconic haircut with pride. Next, we have the Evading Police Obstacle Course. Now, don't get any funny ideas, this isn't about promoting lawlessness. Rather, it's a tongue-in-cheek tribute to those absurd escape attempts that only a Florida man could dream up. Expect a wild run filled with unexpected twists, turns, and surprise hurdles. Lastly, we have the Hurricane Cash Grab event. A nod to Florida's resilience and spirit, competitors will face a simulated storm while trying to grab as many fluttering dollar bills as they can. The catch? They'll be doing it in typical Florida man style. Think wacky outfits and outrageous strategies. Who knew that Florida man would become a cultural phenomenon inspiring its own games? Before we wrap up, let's take a moment to revisit the most absurd Florida man incidents. We've witnessed everything from gators in drive-thru windows, cartwheeling bandits, and cunning whiteboard escape artists. Lastly, who could forget those dirt angels? The sheer creativity and audacity never cease to amaze, and there you have it, the legendary Florida man in all his glory. Until the next Florida news story, this is Top Tier Trivia signing off.